Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. So, they have released a brand new episode, as part of their periodic content releases. It's, this is what, like the spring? Yeah, should be the spring or summer, one of the two. Content release that they do. So, it's called Wish Upon a Star. Assist Admiral Kumarke of the Lucara in a scientific operation to rejuvenate the Nakul star.
The Lucari have been working on a project in the Nakul system. The initial efforts have been quite promising, and they're about to move to the next phase. If successful, the damage to the star and that system will be repaired. Admiral Kumarke has requested our assistance, and I'd like you to provide it. She's sent specifications for a device called the Stellar Rejuvenator. Have your engineer install it on your ship before you disembark. You'll be using it as part of the Lucari efforts there. Report to Admiral Kumarke in the Nakul system when you're ready. Quinn, out.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get a move on. Let's just go ahead and transwarp on over. Because why would you use any other means of transport? Well, transit, than transwarp, when you have the option. And we're just gonna skip over it and assume that we must have, stopped on by Lucar, or whatever it's called. I'm assuming it's probably called Lucar or something like that. I legitimately do not recall if we ever got a name for what their home planet is called. I don't even actually really recall where it was. I know it's somewhere over here, but for the life of me, well, whatever it was called, we're just gonna, I guess, assume we stopped on by and they installed the equipment, because it's not actually part of our objectives, so we can only assume it was basically done off screen.
Captain's log, 5th Reckoning, Chronicle 36. We are about to commence work on a most important operation. An attempt to revitalize the Nakul star. One of the finest vessels in the Alliance is joining our efforts today. May the wisdom of Lucar guide us to success. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being a part of this.
We're ready to assist you, and I believe congratulations are in order, Admiral.
Thank you. It's an honor I fully intend to live up to. More about that later. We've got a job to do. Before we begin, I should warn you, the Nakul are somewhat anxious about this procedure and any complications that might arise.
Understandable. Me and them don't really get along all that well, for being completely honest. Plus, the health of their star is at risk.
Indeed. But we have earned their trust over the months of research here, and I intend to honor that today.
You might have earned their trust. We've not stopped by Nakul since whenever it was the last time we stopped by Nakul, and I'm pretty sure we didn't leave there on exactly good terms. But understood. Let's get started then.
Heading to the primary coordinates now. All hands, prepare to deploy the Stellar Rejuvenators. It's time to heal a star.
Pretty sure I need to technically take this back to dry dock to get the new skin applied. Assuming it's already been released. I actually don't know off the top of my head if they've already released the updated Odyssey skin or not. Let's report in.
We meet again. One hopes your efforts here today will have a better outcome than your previous attempt to repair our star.
I will try to not deliberately destroy your star, like it seems to be the case every time we visit.
If I may interrupt. Representative, we are indeed ready to begin the process. With your blessing, of course.
Very well. Our fleet is standing by to assist you if necessary.
I think I would prefer for you not to provide any assistance, Representative, but thank you.
The time has come. Admiral Kumarte, I hereby authorize you and your associates to proceed. May your efforts lead to a new dawn for the Nakul people.
Ready when you are, Ready when you are, Admiral. Odin out.
Getting some strange readings. Try adjusting your cohesion beam frequency.
Right, of course. Get science right on that.
We're reading several disruptions in the cohesion beam, originating 100,000 kilometers from the star's surface.
Try to compensate. Any ideas, Admiral?
Stellar activity in the area may be causing the fluctuations. Adjust your course to the following coordinates. Let's see if the situation improves there.
We're on it. Kissick out.
If we tighten formation, our beams may reinforce one another.
Agreed. Move to the following coordinates.
But we should maybe try to avoid crossing the beams, because, that's just
You've reached
never a
the
good
new
idea.
coordinates. Deploy from there. Once you've redeployed, you'll need to adjust the frequency again.
Just, give me a second. I kind of overshot. Just a tad. Okay, there we go. I think this is good enough. We're not too far out of position. We should be good.
Initiate stellar modulation sequence on my mark. Mark. Modulation initiated. Energy levels are increasing. Reading erratic spikes at the stellar core. Abort! All ships abort now!
That's not a good sound.
That was far too close for comfort.
What happened, Admiral?
I detected a feedback loop forming. If we hadn't shut down when we did, a stellar flare would have backfired along the cohesion beam. The damage to us and the Nakul would have been catastrophic.
Wonderful. Receiving a hail from Representative Katak. Brace for impact.
Are you mad? Do you think we will sit by idly while your incompetence puts our star at risk once more? Explain yourself, immediately!
There was a complication, and we're investigating the cause now.
I suggest you do so quickly and with positive results. Rest assured, if you do not save our star, then you can be certain that our fleet will avenge it.
Do you really want to try to fight the Butcher of Starfleet? I mean, let's be real here. Any character that you have played in Star Trek Online is a mass murderer. Trust me, you are. Considering the amount of ships that we've blown up, yeah. Probably, granted, fair few of them are technically self-defense. But, yeah, not sure if you really want to try to take on a player character, Katek. Understood. Kissick out.
I've taken a look at our data from the incident, and I believe I've found something.
Oh, let's have it.
I've discovered where the cohesion beam started to suffer interference. The coordinates are 0.4 AU from the star.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look.
Right, I believe it's time to get to the bottom of this, before the administrator loses his patience.
He had patience. Agreed. Anything out of the ordinary on sensors?
Some of the asteroids nearby are emitting an unusual level of energy. However, their composition is making long-range scans ineffective.
Time for a closer look. Hell, take us in.
Strange. The asteroid is emitting highly energized particles, like the tail of a comet.
It's marked as an asteroid in the stellar registry. No mention of reactive properties.
So, same asteroid, different behavior. Sounds like we're on the right track.
That doesn't sound exactly normal, all things considered. Formed up on me.
The asteroid is emitting energy in a pattern similar to that of the star earlier. Whatever caused that issue may be in effect here as well. We are still unable to conduct a deep scan of the asteroid, however. If we can devise a way to do so, I believe we will find more answers.
There is a human expression. You cannot prepare an omelet without cracking a few eggs. Or in this case, asteroids. If we fracture one of them with our weapons, we will expose the core and obtain the deep scan results we seek.
Very well. Tactical, target that asteroid and prepare to fire.
I believe we've cracked the egg just a bit too hard. There's not much left to study, I'm afraid.
Acknowledged.
Fortunately, there are more targets available. We should try again, although with considerably lower weapon settings.
Agreed. Tactical, make the necessary adjustments.
The Nakul have tagged the next asteroid for future mining operations.
Under the circumstances, I believe they'll agree that its loss will be acceptable.
Can you be certain of
I
that?
certainly hope so, ma'am. I'd prefer not to incur their wrath today.
Don't worry. I'm here. I'll protect you from the big bad meanie Nakuls. Don't mind a full torpedo spread being fired at the asteroid.
Let's scan the debris for reactive particles. That did the trick. Scanning our little cracked egg now. The core is decaying into ionized gases. Quite similar to what is happening to the interior of the Nakul star.
Interesting. What are our next steps?
I'd like to crack another egg and conduct a scan of it before moving on to making the omelet, so to speak. If my hypothesis is correct, the radiation signature present will match, bringing us another step closer to understanding this phenomenon.
You're planning to make an omelet with just 2 eggs? Very well. Tactical, get ready to crack another egg.
Remember, we do not want to pulverize our next target.
Yeah.
The Nakul have detected our weapons fire, Admiral. They are understandably curious.
Update them on our activities here, Captain. We've nothing to hide.
Unable to fire on the asteroid shards. They are targetable, they are hostile, but you cannot fire upon them. That is slightly disappointing. Only slightly. Because if we blew them up, the Nakul would lose all of the resources that they would potentially get from them. So, you know, that'd be mean. Far too rude to actually do that, of course. You know. We want them to like us.
Asteroid successfully fractured. Begin your scans now. It's a match.
Very good, Captain. Now, let's compare radiation signatures.
The mini games are back. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of the mini games. I've never really been a fan of them. Some of them are okay, you know. The wavelength matching game is okay, it's not too big of a deal, but this one and the one that's often used for mining, I'm not a big fan of.
As I suspected, all of the asteroids we've studied have matching radiation signatures.
And you reached this conclusion with 2 samples. I mean, I guess you could try to argue you technically had 6 because you end up with 3 shards, but, you know, presumably the shards are all going to be the same from the same asteroid in terms of the radiation signature. Are you sure we shouldn't go and get, like, at least one more asteroid? I mean, I'm tactical. I'm not science, so it's not really my thing, but nonetheless, we should probably get one more asteroid at least, just to say we did 3. Well, time to make an omelet?
Not quite yet. There are some reactive gas clouds nearby. If their radiation pattern matches those present in the asteroid cores, we can triangulate the origin point and locate the source.
Right. Acknowledged. Helm, take us closer to the gas clouds.
Admiral, the Nakul representative is concerned about the destruction of valuable asteroids.
Inform him that the Alliance will compensate the Nakul for their loss, please.
Not a promise you can make.
As you wish, Admiral. Anvame out.
Again, that's not a promise you can make. You haven't run it up the flagpole yet. Technically, I've been an Admiral for longer, so, you know. Theoretically, because of, you know, seniority, I can overrule you on that. And say, no, we're not going to give them any resources to make up for the asteroids we've destroyed. They're on their own. They can figure it out. But, oh well, I guess we're going to be nice. Let's go ahead and scan the reactive gas cloud. And compare wavelengths. The sensor data.
Analysis complete. The wave patterns are a match.
Right. Now to locate the source.
Indeed. I'm transmitting the coordinates to you and Captain Anvame. Head there now. Once you've arrived, we can triangulate the location of the anomaly's source.
Helm, set a course to the provided coordinates. Engage. And just like when I play this for myself before, I forget. They really make that seem like it's gonna have a... Considering they ended with engage, you think you're gonna warp. You know, or something. Or, you know, even just, you know, impulse within the system, loading screen to take you to the next location. Nope. That's not what happens. We tricked you, haha, we get to laugh. Okay, we're all facing completely different directions. I don't think our results are going to be exactly great.
Compiling sensor data now. Aha! There you are. The multiphasic pulse waves are originating from high orbit around the planet closest to the Nakul star.
And you read on what's causing it?
Nothing conclusive at this time, I'm afraid. However, if I were to speculate, it's almost like something is tapping against the fabric of space-time.
Well, that doesn't sound great. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say that that is discomforting. I guess we need to take a closer look.
We're approaching the coordinates now. I trust you've spotted our uninvited guests.
Crystal spiders. Affirmative. Reading multiple Tholian ships on sensors.
One thing is certain. We have a limited amount of time to determine what they are doing here before the Nakul detect them. Considering their turbulent history, I doubt the Tholians will receive a cordial greeting from Representative Kartek or his forces.
Not likely. The situation could escalate quickly.
This is peculiar. The Tholians are known for their aggression in response to alien forces, and yet they haven't scanned us or gone to battle readiness. It's as if they are ignoring us.
Curious. Open a channel and let's see if they're willing to talk.
Attention, Tholian forces. I am Admiral Kumarke of the LSS Raskava. You have violated Nakul space and are disrupting a critical procedure here. I'm instructing you to cease all activities and explain your presence in this system immediately.
The border violation is inconsequential. Our work takes priority. We will continue. Do not interfere. Your continued presence is unnecessary.
The work you're doing is causing damage to the Nakul star.
The loss of this star is acceptable to us. Further discussion is irrelevant. Leave now or you will be fired upon.
It may be acceptable to you, and I may not really care one way or the other. But considering that there is an inhabited planet here, it's not really in the Alliance's best interest to look like we don't care. So perhaps we could find an alternative.
Tholian vessels are going to battle stations. They're moving into attack formation.
Classic Tholian diplomacy. Also, that looks like that has 2 eyes in diplomacy. Great job, guys. All hands, red alert.
Battle stations. Tactical. Aim to disable, not destroy.
I'm not sure they'll reciprocate that courtesy, Admiral.
We need answers, Captain, and it's rather difficult to get them from the dead.
Understood. Firing to disable only.
Doesn't seem like it should be that hard to get answers from the dead. I mean, it may not be good answers, or even usable answers, but you can get answers, in theory, depending on what your question is. Weaver. Time for you to be disabled.
That was the last of them. Now, maybe we can get some answers.
Maybe. Just gotta wait till our guys decide to stop shooting at the web.
The Tholian flagship did not engage us in battle. Instead, they remained on station, diverting all non-essential power to their web generator systems. Even their shields are down. What are they doing here?
Oh, but I think it's time we find out, Admiral.
Preliminary scans suggest that the Tholian flagship is creating an incredibly powerful energy web lattice around a spatial anomaly. There is no target vessel within the web.
Let's perform a deeper scan. I want answers. Kizik out. And we'll do that in just a second. Now we can disable them even faster.
This is most unfortunate. The source of the multiphasic waves lies within the Tholian energy lattice. Furthermore, the waves are increasing in intensity, accelerating the decay of the Nakul star's core.
I'm no scientist, but I don't like the sound of that.
Left unchecked, this procedure the Tholians are conducting will cause a complete collapse of the stellar core, resulting in a supernova.
Oh, well, that sounds even worse. Options?
I believe a boarding action is in order. We'll disable the Tholian web generator on board the flagship to stop the procedure. I've sent transporter coordinates. Prepare your away team for action. I shall meet you aboard the Tholian vessel.
That could be dangerous, Admiral. Tholians don't like uninvited guests.
I'm quite aware of Tholian hospitality. As you'll recall, I've experienced it firsthand at your side, aboard Caldano's ship. You will need my expertise on this mission. I'm afraid I won't take no for an answer. Captain Onvame, remain on Overwatch and report any changes to the Tholian vessel.
That was slightly different Tholian hospitality. That wasn't us beaming aboard one of their ships. I would expect a fairly different result choosing that strategy. But I suppose it is our best option. If they raise their shields, however, we could be trapped over there.
An acceptable risk. What matters most is stopping that procedure and saving the Nakul Star. We'll deal with any unforeseen challenges as they present themselves. Agreed?
I don't think Starfleet would fully agree that the potential loss of a fleet admiral and a admiral, granted recently promoted, I'm guessing, because I'm pretty sure we said congratulations are in order, so presumably it was a recent promotion, would be an acceptable risk or loss. But I guess we're just going to have to go with the flow. Agreed. See you over there, Admiral. Okay, game's gonna take forever to load the Tholian ship. So we get to look at this loading screen for a bit. There we go. Nice fancy new Odyssey. Well, not really new necessarily. Got the LSS Raskava here. Tholian ships firing at us. Whatever's over here was apparently, seems like it was getting shot at by both us and the Tholians for some reason.
Let's make haste. The Tholians will muster their security forces once they detect us, and combat could lead to our EV suits being compromised. If that happens, we won't last long in the hostile environment here.
What's our next move?
Let's begin by scanning the access terminals in this chamber. Find one with main computer access and use it to get a layout of the ship. Once we have that, we can identify the best route to the web generator system and disable it.
Well, stay alert. The Tholians could attempt to repel boarders at any time.
Let's start with that console over there. That console is dedicated to life support only. No access to the systems we're looking for. We'll have to try another.
It doesn't sound like a bad system to take control of.
This is a medical console, keyed only to Tholian anatomy. Try another console. One of them is bound to have access to the data we require.
Console seems like it's useless to us entirely.
Got it. Gather what information you can before the Tholians lock us out of the system.
On it.
Interesting. The entire vessel is designed around the web generator system. Quite the unorthodox variant of this ship class, but very effective nonetheless.
We need to get to that system fast.
Quite so. Judging by the power readings, we can follow the spine of the craft down this corridor to where the web generators are. Unfortunately, that chamber is locked during use.
Hey, what's the workaround?
There's an engineering node nearby. We may be able to cut the power to the web generators from there. Once the system is down, we should be able to gain access to the generators and disable them.
Well, let's move out.
The engineering node is through that door and down the hall. Watch out for security. The Tholians know we're here now.
I think that they probably have known we were here for a little while. They just didn't feel the need to do anything about it immediately.
Neutralize them so we can access the computers in this node.
Just stay up there. Stay up there. Don't try to come down here.
Clear. Let's run a bypass on that console while we can.
Oh, you actually managed to make it up the ramp. That is a surprise, Kamarke. God, and this is the game, or the mini game that the other mini game I said that I hate. I just don't like it. It drags on a little too long for my liking. You get things like that.
This is remarkable. The webs are somehow penetrating multiple dimensions simultaneously. They appear to be solidifying elements of space-time between these dimensions, repairing damage to the very fabric of reality.
See. And how do we shut it down?
There are two spinnerets, shall we say, that emit the energy used to generate the web in space. They'll need to be neutralized. Once they're done, we can disable the web generator's primary core, and the entire system will be offline.
Okay, so we need to knock offline the fidget spinners. Okay, doesn't sound too hard. Can we do that from here?
Unfortunately, no. Their security is blocking access. We'll need to bypass that at a nearby security node.
Understood, let's make it happen.
Wait a moment. I'd like to access the astrometrics console here. Find more data on the anomaly.
Okay, fine. You can do that. You don't need me to do that. You have your own tricorder, don't you?
The Tholians have compiled a detailed list of space-time anomalies throughout known space. Judging by the star dates, they've been at this for quite some time. Centuries, in fact.
The Nakul system has its share of those.
Yes. This system is listed as a primary concern due to repeated temporal damage to the fabric of space-time.
Time travel. The Nakul have used it many times over the years.
Indeed. The Tholian distaste for time travel is well known. It may explain our actions here today. According to log entries, this ship has been sent to prevent a trans-dimensional vortex from forming in the system.
Oh, well, a trans-dimensional vortex doesn't sound particularly great. And they're about to kill a star to solve this problem unless we stop them first.
Let's access this science console. I have it here. Look out! More Tholians!
If you would just stop wanting to check every single console we run across, we probably wouldn't be dealing with security attacking us.
Let's access this console. It may provide some key information.
Right. Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
It occurs to me that protomatter could be used as part of this process.
Somebody jokingly posted on the subreddit, with Kamarke, any problem can be solved with protomatter. I'm listening.
The problem with the Tholian method is, ironically, time. The time it takes for their web generators to repair the damage to space-time is allowing for the generation of the pulse waves. The more damage is repaired, the stronger the waves become.
Does not sound good. Go on.
I believe the integration of protomatter into the process could hasten the repair time considerably, to the point where the pulse wave generation would be minimal, if not eliminated entirely.
Tholians might not see it that way, Admiral.
Agreed. But it's the best idea I have at the moment. I'd like to study the web generators more thoroughly before we make a decision either of us can live with.
Very well, let's get the web generator node doors open.
I have what I need. Let's proceed to the security node and unlock the doors to the web generator. Look out! Ambush!
No, I'm not going to stand in your AoE attack. I will be just on the outer edges, in a position where I can still hit you. Trying to kidnap my crew. Hello there. Nope. Oh, now you're trying to kidnap me. Thank you for that, Kamarke. Just, you know, give him a good old uppercut.
The security node is on the other side of these doors. Let's clear the room and get to work.
Oh, no. Back off. Stop trying to kidnap me. Open big guy. We can deal with
All
the little
clear.
guys easy enough.
Everyone, gather up. We need a plan.
You're the one we're generally waiting for, Kamarke. You know that, right?
And here we are. I'll need some time to bypass their security system.
Right. We'll cover you while you work on the security override.
Please do. I prefer to face as little Tholian hospitality as possible, if you don't mind.
Ready weapons and stay sharp. I was gonna say somebody drop a generator of some sort, please. See your progress this time. I wasn't able to see her progress at all when I was playing this for myself. Keep him away. We don't need to get irradiated. Apparently they're now trying to kidnap Kamarke. They just like tying people up, apparently. Wave? Yep. One more wave.
Some days, I wish I could get into the lab.
It can be arranged. You can always go back to the lab if you want, Kamarke. It's okay. You can keep fiddling around with your proto-matter.
Security bypass in effect. And I found something rather peculiar.
Peculiar, you say? Oh?
It appears the Tholians have no system to denote transdimensional differences in cultures. While they are aware of other dimensions besides this one, they simply do not consider the denizens of those places to be any different from those here.
An interesting discovery, Admiral.
An anomaly created by the Terran Empire is grouped in the same range as one created by the Federation. Because of this, Tholian actions taken on anomalies in other dimensions could lead to trouble here in ours. Such actions could be seen as acts of war.
For now, we need to stop them from destroying the Nakul star. Let's move out. Why didn't you unlock the door while you were doing your security bypass? Like, seriously, that should just be part of the process.
There must be a reason those doors are locked when the device is in use.
It's the worst that could happen.
The main web generator is ahead. Get ready for a fight!
Let's just hop on down into our safety. Don't know what the hell Finn's thinking, but very aggressive. But is doing surprisingly well for being as aggressive as they are. And, you know, it's real shock that you didn't go down at all, Finn. It really is.
We need to get to the spinneret controls in 2 adjacent rooms and shut them both down.
And we shut them down from here.
Doing so could overload the bypass relays and send a power surge into the vessel's warp core, resulting in a breach. When both spinnerets are deactivated, we can return here and safely disengage the primary projector.
Doesn't sound like the worst thing ever, but understood. Spinnerets first, then the projector. Let's go ahead and take care of the left one first. Oh, God. Damn it. Oh, okay. They can't make up their mind as to who wants to tie me up. No, back off. Stay away. Throw some plasma. Keep them off me. Or take them down, one of the two.
That's one spinneret offline. Let's get to the second one.
It's the yellow one down. We might get stuck in the other room. I don't know what happened to Kamarke. She is nowhere to be seen.
Spinneret controls are ahead. Disable them before more security arrives.
Okay, that irradiator does not want to die. Well, Kamarke found her way. Wonderful. It seemed like somebody threw a grenade. Didn't realize Tholians had grenades.
Well done. Both spinnerets are offline. Let's go shut down the main web generator.
Down. Center. Okay, you can get up. You can get up. Yeah, there we go. See, I knew you could do it, Kamarke. I knew you could do it. You've been much better today than you were yesterday.
Right. We need to disengage the primary projector from the main web generator now.
And what stops him from just reactivating it after we leave?
I'll use an encryption algorithm to lock them out of the controls. That should buy us the time we need to implement a better solution to the problem.
Very well, Admiral. Let's proceed.
Tholian web generator is inoperative. We did it. We should beam back as soon as... Wait! They've raised their shields. We're trapped!
So, I think they got cut off. Told you so.
Your arrogance, your insanity. You've doomed us all.
Doomed nobody. There was some plasma, which got very delayed. There we go. I was gonna say, is the security escort gonna do anything, or are they just gonna sit there? Take down the boss, because he's his big giant AoE attack, which I really don't care to deal with. And then we can take care of the small fry. Seems like there's still a couple guys down here.
Enemy target on sensor.
Cease hostilities. I mean you no harm. Hold your fire. I am now the ranking officer aboard this vessel, and I wish to discuss matters with you peacefully.
Speaking Federation standard.
Correct. Long ago, I traveled alongside the crew of the USS Enterprise, under the command of Captain James T. Kirk. While among their crew, I was given the designation Bright Eyes by my good friend Nyota Uhura.
I don't recall this in the slightest from TOS. So, if this isn't from like one of the books or something, I'm going to assume it's from the animated series, which I haven't gotten around to watching yet. So, you know, unless I'm just straight up completely failing to remember this from TOS, I'm assuming it's from TAS. But fascinating. Let's talk then, while we still can.
We realize that you were trying to repair an anomaly in space-time here, but your procedure is damaging the Nakul star to critical levels.
However, Admiral Kamarke believes she has a viable solution.
I am prepared to hear your proposal, Admiral, but we must speak quickly. It is only a matter of time before my fellow Tholians on other vessels regroup, and you will find they are not as understanding as I am.
Are you not technically the one in charge of what is effectively the flagship of this, like, little fleet here? You should be able to control them, I would think. But understood, Admiral. Understood. Admiral, let's hear what you've got.
I propose a coordinated effort between our ships and yours. We can integrate a protomatter matrix into the web lattice your ship generates, increasing the speed at which the rupture is sealed. By doing so, the frequency of pulse waves generated by the repair process will be reduced to acceptable levels, ending the damage to the nearby star.
It's amenable to you, Bright Eyes.
Yes. I believe the Admiral's proposal will solve both problems efficiently, but we'll need to move fast.
Let's work together and resolve this situation.
Use these access codes to override the encryption and re-enable the web generator.
Thank you for giving me your private key.
The web generator is back online. Let's coordinate next steps from our respective vessels.
We have a situation. The Nakul have detected the Tholian force here and have dispatched their fleet to our location.
Fortunate. Things could escalate quickly.
Quicker than you think, unfortunately. Though I gave Representative Katek every assurance that the situation was under control here, he refused to believe me. He said the Nakul would deal with the Tholians, and if we got in their way...
I get the picture. Comms Hilda Raskava.
I take it you've heard the news.
Indeed, our timetable has been shortened.
Bright Eyes and I will do our best to implement our plan. But we'll need time and protection. Any Tholian vessels you can restore to battle readiness will be of great assistance.
Do what we can, Admiral. Odin out.
Here they come!
Every Tholian ship repaired will be an ally in this conflict.
Restore Tholian ships if possible. We need all the help we can get. Remember,
Working on it.
aim to disable, not destroy.
Easier said than done. Some of them are still just sitting there, though. Last one to get operational. All operational. Let's get moving. Let's fire everything we've got. the cool ships in a web. We've won. Done. We got a battleship over here. Let's go and take care of this guy, because he seems like a big dude. Really that low? The number of Nakul ships that we've destroyed. And I realize there aren't that many missions where you destroy Nakul ships.
We have taken heavy damage. Our defense systems are offline.
Being pulled in! Cats!
On Vame! The Trillion! They're gone. Lost.
Space. Top. Technically.
Our web generator is offline, and we've suffered critical damage. If we don't seal the vortex soon, we may not get another chance.
What do you mean?
The vortex is destabilizing the star at an accelerated rate. If we do not seal it soon, the star will reach supernova status.
Understood. Admiral Kamarke, we need a plan here.
Right. The protomatter matrix is stable, so we need to reinforce the Tholian web lattice as soon as possible.
Very well. Bright Eyes, anything to add?
I have sent the schematics for web stitching probes to you. Deploy them around the perimeter of the vortex. Each one will extrude a protomatter thread to my vessel. When all 6 probes are in position, we can energize the web and seal the vortex.
And the Nakul star?
Admiral Kumarke and I believe that sealing the vortex in this manner will allow the star to regenerate back to its previous state. But we must do so soon.
Let's get to work. We have a star to save.
Deploy the stitching probe at the designated coordinates. We need to energize the web soon in order to save the Nakul star.
Working on it. It's going to take a little bit.
Then energize the web. Web projector link established.
Can't just send worker bees out to take care of this.
Web projector link established.
There we go. Can't just fly on by it.
Web projector link established.
Or, fly through it, rather. It does technically block friendlies. God damn, that is a nice picture.
Web projector link established.
Just double check. I could remember the name of it. What the hell's the name of the command? Oh, whatever. Screenshot's fine. I didn't actually do it. Really? Did they change the way screenshot works? It used to literally just be it takes the freaking screenshot. I think they changed the way it works. God damn, why? I swear the command used to literally just frickin' be screenshot. And it did exactly what it says on the tin. It would take a screenshot. It would give it its name and everything automatically. You don't have to add any extra bits for it to know what you want it to do.
Established.
But okay, we're not taking that screenshot because apparently it seems they might have changed the command.
Energize the web.
Leaving emitter engaged. All functions operating.
Protomatter matrix. Initiate. All ships withdraw to a safe distance at once.
Generated surprisingly quickly. It's Helkatech.
It appears I owe you an apology. My science team informs me that our star has been saved by you, the Lucari, and the Tholians.
Yeah. Maybe listen to us when we say we have the situation under control. Indeed it has, Representative.
Our wish for a revitalized star will have to wait until more research on our star's instability can be conducted. Though it seems we have a new wish to make today.
Oh. And what wish would that be?
A wish for peace between the Nakul and the Tholians. Today we saw Tholians risk their lives to preserve our sun, despite our belligerence. If they are willing to do that, perhaps they will be willing to broker an end to hostilities between us.
They shall, Representative.
The vortex remains closed, and our forces will be returning to Tholian space shortly.
Thank you for your assistance, Captain.
As a people, we are reluctant to work alongside non-Tholians, especially on matters we believe to be a result of their negligence. There will be many questions about today's events from our leaders. I will encourage them to put aside their xenophobic tendencies and collaborate with the Alliance on the Vortex issue.
Sounds like a tall order.
It will not be easy, to be sure, but it is an effort I am willing to make, no matter the risk to my career or standing. I trust you will do the same when your leaders seek a solution to the problem.
I will. You have my word. Not that I'm really needing to persuade them off of their xenophobic tendencies, considering that we are the Federation, for one. Realistically, our leadership is not going to exactly be all that xenophobic.
Very good. I shall leave you then with the words of an old friend. Live long and prosper.
Safe journey, Captain. Kissick out.
There are days out here where the beauty, mystery, and excitement make all the work and sacrifice worthwhile. And then there are days like today.
Yes, but as the saying goes, risk is our business, and business is booming.
Of course. And today we risked all. But not everyone lived to see our success.
They did their duty, and the star still shines because of it.
Indeed. May the captain and crew of the Traloon find peace within the light, in Lucar's name.
We shall honor their sacrifice, Admiral, as will the Nakul. Will they really, though?
I spoke with Bright Eyes earlier, and we both agreed to share all of the data we gathered today freely to anyone willing to work on the Vortex issue, regardless of their affiliation. Now is not the time to hoard information. Now is the time to act, before the vortices cause irreparable damage to space-time.
Now, one thing I do want to point out, they keep referring to it as the Vortex issue. At this point, as the Federation, outside of maybe some information that we did find that just wasn't really mentioned, on the Tholian ship. As far as we know, this is a one-time thing that happened, and we have presumably resolved the issue. We don't, again, unless something did not get mentioned from data that we picked up off of the Tholian ship, or Bright Eyes mentioned it off-screen, effectively. As far as we know, there is not a vortex issue in terms of, it being a widespread thing. Maybe it's something you keep an eye on, because maybe it does become an issue, but as of right this second, as far as we know, it was a one-off. As far as we, the player, particularly, have been presented, this seems like it was just a one-off event. But, agreed. I suspect we'll be speaking again soon, Admiral. Odin out.
Status report.
We have survived a transdimensional shunt, Captain.
We are operating under emergency power, sir. Warp and impulse drives are offline.
Restore main power as soon as possible, Engineer. What is our current position?
Unable to verify, Captain. None of the nearby star systems appear on our navigational charts.
Run your scan. Look for any recognizable systems.
Sir, incoming warp signature detected. Unidentified vessel entering the system.
Any sign of hostility? It is beautiful.
Incoming hail, sir.
Let's see what our new friends have to say.
It's beautiful. It's literally a blinding white light. Technically, actually not a white light. It was more like a peach kind of light. Because it wasn't white. It was, yeah, like I said, sort of more of a peach-ish kind of color. Nonetheless, it's just a blinding light. How can you say it's beautiful?
Starfleet Command has placed a high priority on repairing the numerous reality vortices you've discovered. Analysts are working on a list of vortices to close, based on their level of stability and potential danger to the systems they're located in. Admiral Kumarke will spearhead this operation, but she'll need your help once the time comes to begin the vortex repair procedures. I'll be in touch when the Admiral is ready to go.
Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna assume that more were discovered off screen, basically, from presumably data we took from the Tholian ship. Because, again, as far as the mission has told us, there's no reason to believe that there are others. But I'm gonna just guess that off screen we found out there were more, and just kind of leave it at that. But that is it for this episode of Star Trek Online. In fact, that'll be it until the next episode releases, because they only gave us one mission this time. We got the TFO, which, don't really think I'll probably play. And we have some new patrols. Looks like it's these here, which, yeah, these here I'll probably end up playing. Though the annoying thing is that you gotta do 2 patrols, and I'm not playing through this mission multiple times, and I really don't think I want to play through the TFO. I'll figure it out. But that'll be it for this episode. Like I said, I will see you all next time when they release a brand new release, which presumably will be like in the fall, because I believe this is like the spring-summer release. So next content release will be sometime in the fall, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably August, September if I had to make a guess. feel like that's roughly when that next release would be. But yeah. So I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and live long and prosper.